Hello and welcome to the channel. So again, I'm making this video. I'm not 100% sure if it's going on Bentley's Backwards Bushcraft or if it's going on Mystic Order of the Sacred Circle. The only thing I do know that it's not going on Zen Shin Academy because that's strictly martial arts. Bentley's Backwards Bushcraft is basically a conglomerate of my daily life, somewhat of my personal life, because I do have my grands on there, and just regular everyday stuff. But it's also for my outdoors adventures, my survival, and my witchcraft does blend in with my outdoor adventures and just the outdoorsy stuff in general. So, well, my martial arts does as well, but I'm able to keep those separate at this point. Who knows what will happen in the future? Anyway, I have 5 projects that I want to get done. I think today's Monday, but I'm not 100% sure. I couldn't tell you the date. I have no idea what the date is. I probably should go look at the phone and find out what day it is, and the time. I don't know. It's mid-morning. I know that much. Got up, got cleaned up, come into the sanctuary, and did my morning ritual. I don't know, somewhere around 9:30, 10 o'clock. I know that. Hold on one second. I'm going to get my phone. I'm going to find out what day it is, just because. Okay, so today is Monday the 17th. It's about 15 till 10 in the morning. Sun rose at 7:34 and it sets at 6:22, and we are in Virgo. So there's all the basic general information that's needed. I got this little book from the Dollar Tree, and I have the times the moon or the sun rises and sets, and the moon phase, and all that fun stuff in this little book. So there's all the basic general information that is necessary for whatever. Now, let's get back to these projects that I want to do. So, let's see here. Mystic Order of the Sacred Circle. That could be Bentley's Backwards Bushcraft. That could be both, but we'll say Mystic Order of the Sacred Circle. Mystic Order of the Sacred Circle. Okay. So, I want to make some protection powder. And it consists of a brick, some eggshells, and some charcoal. Basically, you can put some other additives in there, and we may do that, but those are the 3 basic ones. I have several bricks around here. I do have a brick I got from the dojo somewhere. I do have a Kokomo brick. Kokomo is the town that I live in, and I don't know when it was. Maybe it was the 30s or the 40s. It could have even been the 50s or 60s. But at some point, I think it was earlier than the 50s and 60s, but at some point, they used to make bricks here in town, and they would label them with the word Kokomo on them. I've got one. Hold on and I'll show it to you. Or maybe I won't. I can't find it. It's around here somewhere. I might have it packed away somewhere, and I still haven't got it dug out. It could actually be wrapped up and put in a tote in the closet in there, in my genealogy department area. So I don't know. I couldn't find it. I did go outside. I have this brick. It's broken and everything, but you can see that there's the There's a letter right there, it's O. And this is part of the M. So this is a Kokomo brick, not that this is actual evidence, absolute proof, but you can take my word for it. This is Kokomo brick. But this is the bricks that they made here in town, and I don't know if I can find the brick dust. Let me look in my apothecary up here and see if I can't find if I still got any left, any brick dust up here. All right, so here's the shelves that have some of my apothecary stuff here. They're not exactly organized by the alphabet, but it's kind of close. Anyway, here's my chicken feet. Let's see here. Carolina rose, cherry seeds, alright, cherry tree leaves, birch bark, burning bush, black walnut powder, black walnut husks. Nope, no brick dust. So the last time I made some protection powder, I don't have any of the brick dust from that. So I'm going to make some more. I have done a video on this before. It's been a while. It's been a while, and I believe it was on Bentley's Backwoods Bushcraft. I did get a few, we'll say, humorous comments. I don't think they were literally trying to be mean, vicious people. They were just being funny, talking about how brick powder using as protection, won't just leave it as the brick and use that as protection, which, yeah. But if anybody truly knows about magic, the physical aspects are not really the main purpose for it. It's all internal and spiritual, and we use the outside material from the material realm to represent internal and spiritual processes. So smash this brick up and make dust out of it isn't the physical process of the brick that actually causes the protection. It's the symbolization of it for our subconscious mind that creates the spiritual or the astral protection that we draw into the material world. Anyway, brick dust. I keep ducking down because I got my notes down there. Next time I go to the dojo, which will be Saturday, if I can recall, I will grab me a brick from the dojo, because I like using dojo bricks because protection, dojo combat, martial arts protection, to me, it aligns quite well. The Kokomo brick is pretty cool. I like it. That one is broke. I do, like I said, I've got one somewhere around here, and I don't know why it's not sitting out, but the last time I recall, there it is. There it is. I knew it. I was going to say, the last time I recall, it was sitting on my altar. It is sitting on my altar. So let's turn you around real quick and let me show you that Kokomo brick real quick, just because. There we go. So, woo, if we move the owl slightly, and I take this cool little thing here, a little geode type thing, take it off, boom, boom, look, It's my Kokomo brick. There, see? Kokomo, Kokomo. There's the full Kokomo brick. It sits on my altar. So there we go. Reach down here real quick and grab my notes once more. So now that I thought about it for a second, when my peripheral caught my altar, and then I'm like, oh, wait a minute. The last time I had that, because when I turned the camera off the first time, went looking for it, first place I looked was over by my ancestor altar, because I figured I had it sitting there, which probably seems to be a better place for it, but because I don't have as much space over there, is why it's not there. And originally I had it sitting in front of the small altar that you've seen that I had like 6, 7, 8 years ago, and it was sitting in front of that because I didn't have my ancestor altar set up the same way I do now. So I set it in front of the altar, the main altar, and that's why it's there now. So anyway, once I thought about it, I'm sitting here peripherally and seeing my extended part of the front part of the altar. I'm like, I seem to recall I had that, and then boom, there it was, and then I saw it. I walked by it, I didn't see it. It wasn't there until my mind said, hey, wait a minute, I recall, and then it appeared. Quantum physics. It's everywhere until you see it. It's everywhere until you look for it and you pinpoint it and you see it, and then it is placed in that specific spot. Anyway, I'm going to make some protection powder. I don't know how long this video is, and I don't know how long it's already been, but protection powder is something I'm going to work on. A brick from the dojo, eggshells, which I got plenty of. A whole basket right there is full of them. Plus I have all of these and another jar up there full of eggshells. Woo! Hopefully that works. Very rarely do I throw eggshells away anymore. I just keep them. I need to cut the dowel rods for my peg loom. I've got 4 more dowel rods that I need to cut and drill holes in and use for my peg loom. And right now, anything I make can only be 18 inches wide because that's all the pegs I have. But I've got 4 more pegs that should complete the whole 6-foot peg loom, which means I'll have to take it off that table. I need to place something underneath the wood to keep the pegs from slipping through. And we're going to start, I don't have that on my list, but I'm going to start getting my plastic bags out, cutting them, and getting them ready for my peg loom. And I'm going to do a large, maybe 6 foot wide, and however long I want it, plastic bag mat of some sort. So we're going to start doing that. But I need to cut the dowel rods for the peg loom. Making a compass. Now I'm not talking about northeast southwest compass. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Alright, so I have this pack of says Pole Barn 600 Pole Barn nails, 12 pack. So I only need 2 of them, at least for this project. So got that. I have a wing nut. I have 1 screw that should fit the wing nut. We hope it does. And I got a few washers here. that is the that and these two sticks. Boom. So basically, I'm going to go ahead. I thought about doing it this direction, but I think there'll be too much slippage and I'd have to round the corners off, and I think it's not going to. Anyway, I'm just going to put them back to back, drill a hole through them, and then boom here, and this opens up, depends on how wide I want to open, and I can make my circles, right? It's a drawing compass. These nails are what's going to go in the bottom so that I have a place to stick it on in the ground, because I want to use this as a circle maker outside, but you can also draw with it, but one here and one here, so boom, open it up, I can make my circle however big I want, and I could put a pencil or a pen or something else into the slot that I'm going to drill here, and then I can make my circles. So it's that kind of compass. I'm going to go back down there and get my notes. Okay, there. All right. So making that compass. I still need to do that. Another item. All right. Let's go get another item, because I got one more thing that I want to do, and it also involves Mystic Order of the Sacred Circles YouTube page as well. So, all right. So here is a box. I got this from, I think I got this from a Goodwill store, and it had a puzzle in it. I know it had a puzzle in it. I'm like 99% sure I got it from a Goodwill store. I peeled off the oh, I did actually. Okay, boom. Goodwill, $1.99, right? All right. So, and it opens up like that, really cool, right? I love boxes. Anyway, at a junk store, I also found these tarot cards and the book that goes with it. Now, I don't know if I did a video on this. I probably did not, but it's been a few months. It's been at least a month, maybe even more, since I found this. I put them in the box, and that's where they've been. I want to do a cleansing. I want to do a cleansing and a purification, because these obviously most likely had an owner before me. Now, did they really? I don't know. Just like getting brand new cards from the store, getting them sent to you, or however you get your cards, even brand new, they've been touched, they've been messed with by other people. So you need to cleanse them, purify them. Just like the old ones. A lot of people say don't use somebody else's cards, blah 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 blah. As long as you get rid of the energy from the last owner, there's no problem with that. No problem with that. But this book is it's really cool. Your Path Through the Enchanted Forest. The Enchanted Forest. And they have the picture and then a description of each one of the cards. Now, these are really cool cards. I mean, I really like the artwork, right? So I was really drawn to them when I seen them. They were in an orange, what is that alcohol? I don't know what it is. The alcohol that comes in the little bags that people, Crown Royal, that's what it is, Crown Royal. All right. These were in a Crown Royal bag, but it was orange. I don't remember what, there was like a flavor to it or something. I think it was orange. I think it was. Creamsicle. I don't know, something like that. But anyway, it was in an orange Crown Royal bag. But boom, these cards, And here's the back of the cards. Each of the backs have these little owls. Owls are super, super important to me. So, really cool. And then, if I had my eyeballs, and they're over there. Let me reach over here. I'm not going to turn you off. Let me just reach over here and grab my eyeballs. Woohoo! Keeper of Spells. Alright, so here's the Keeper of Spells. Pretty cool. I like it. So, what I can do after I get this video done is I can go through and show you each one of these cards. Maybe I think I'll do that. I might reposition myself to the desk. I don't know. I might turn myself completely around so the altar's in view. Right now I've got my apothecary cabinet and my other cabinets here. It's a decent view. Maybe I'll do a couple different views, and those of you who watch the video, tell me which view you prefer generally, and maybe I can face that direction when I do most of the videos. But anyway, here's the tarot cards, the front, or I'm sorry, the back, and then the front. We'll just turn this one over here. The Two of Spells. Boom. Very outdoorsy, very magical, very cool. Alright, so there we go. So as I was saying, when I purchased them, and bend this down just a tad bit, there we go. When I was purchasing them, I put them, once I got them home, I just put them in this box. And this is where they've been since I purchased them, and I need to do a cleansing and protection and get rid of any possible energies that are clinging to them. And I think this time the bells that are hanging down, and if you've watched my other videos, you've seen those. There you go. When you walk into the sanctuary, you have to walk through those bells. I've got it designed that way. So it makes all the nice jingly bell sounds, right? So I'm thinking about using one strand of those bells to create a circle, and then do my, and then put the cards in the center of that. And then of course use the elements, earth, air, fire, and water to purify them and get them ready to actually be used. Now, it's been a while since I've done my other two packs. Maybe I should do that with them, along with my runes. I could just go and do all of that stuff. Since I'm going to do these tarot cards, I might as well just cleanse everything. Even though I'm the only one that's ever used my stones and my runes. Now, I was given some Nordic runes. I have not used those yet, and I haven't cleansed them or purified them, but they haven't been used, but they have been messed with by other people. Other people have touched them. They were given to me as a gift at a, what ritual, what celebration were we at? They call them bloats. It's basically just seasonal celebrations like most pagan groups, but the Nordic have their own versions of them, and they call them bloats. But anyway, I received some ruins from, I think it was Yule. I'm almost positive it was Yule, because we all brought presents wrapped up in Christmas paper. Yeah, Yule. So Yule, last Yule, which hadn't been too long ago, we did a bloat for Yule, and I received a cup. It was like that big, one of those big, like that, insulated cup. And so when I walked into the room that we sat the presents on chairs, right, I saw one of the presents wrapped in Dungeons and Dragons paper, and I said, that's the one I want. Boom, I just shot right to that one. Physically, through visual, my visual, that's the one that I was drawn to the most. Maybe there was some subconscious, magical thing that drew me to that. Regardless, that's the one that I wanted. So when we went into the room, that's the seat that I sat in, and I had that box in my hand for a while. And we would go through and roll this dice, and it would tell you to pass it to this person or pick a certain person with a certain color or a certain type of whatever, and you would pass them around to each person, and eventually one of the commands on the dice was open your present, right? So it took a while, but eventually that present went away, and then I ended up getting that cup. Well, the present that I originally had those runes in it. So obviously I was drawn to those. And when the person that ended up with that and opened it up, I'm like, oh, that's the coolest present. You know, I didn't physically say it, but I was thinking it. I'm like, that's the coolest present of all. You know, so we went through everybody, and there was, I don't know, 20, 25 people there. And that was the coolest present that was there that night. Honestly, it really was. I liked my cup, but those runes were the coolest. Somebody, the person that made them, does resin. I'm trying to think of the word. Does resin work, and they made a little round disc with the runes, and I'll grab them here in a second and show them to you. But anyway, later on that night, one of the people that was putting on the Yule celebration was walking around with 2 more sets of those runes. I saw her in the kitchen, and I went back out into the garage and was talking to somebody out there, and she came out with one, so she'd already given one away. And there were several of us in the garage talking, and she walked up to me and she goes, so-and-so wanted me to give these out to people. She didn't say anybody specific. She said I would just know who to give them to when I saw them. And here, I'm like, oh, you know, it was fantastic. It was faded. It was faded. It was fantastic. So I now have them in my hand. All right, so there's 2 bags that have the actual runes, and you can see there, and they're all made in resin. Really cool. There's one. There's the second one. These are all the Nordic runes. And set these right there for a moment, and let me show you and look at that. Again, resin. And there's the disc. Fantastically cool. So even though these have not been used before, obviously the person that made them has fiddled with them. There's been a couple other people that's physically touched them, but I don't think they've ever been used. But there's no reason not to protect and cleanse and purify anything like this that you get. It doesn't matter if anyone's ever used them or anything else anyway. It's just a good way to start, right? So I haven't done that with these, so I might spend a day just going through a bunch of this stuff and doing my protection cleansing ritual on all of this stuff. So there we go. So I'm not going to dig them all out, but I have some ruins, some witch ruins that I made myself. They're down there. No one's ever messed with those before other than me, but that doesn't mean they couldn't use a nice cleansing. I have some rocks and some acorns and some buckeyes that I use for simple yes nos, or maybe multiple choice type questions, something like that. I use those. Again, maybe before I got a hold of them, somebody had touched them, but it's been so long. I'm the only one that messes with those. And then I've got 2 packs of tarot cards, brand new, but obviously they've been messed with prior to me getting them through the manufacturer and everybody else. Who knows what people have done to them. They have been cleansed and purified before, but there's no reason why, since I'm doing this, there's no reason why it doesn't have, it can't be get done again. Especially since I've got the ones in this box, which I got from a used bookstore. So I'm going to make an assumption that somebody actually used them before. So we'll do that. Again, I think I'm going to create a circle with the bells, and then we can get some incense out and the rest of my stuff to do just a basic purification and cleansing on these items. And since I'm doing that set of tarot, I might as well do the rest of them at some point. Especially the ruins that I got from the Yule Blue. Even though they've never been used before, they haven't been cleansed or protected by me, or purified by me yet. So they need it. I don't know, the tarot cards, as I said, it's been a while, and they gather up, or gather. Is that a bad thing? Is that a good thing? Is that something that needs to remain there because it's just me? So let's hear your interpretation and ideas about, you have a deck of tarot cards. Okay. Little baggie with a cool deer on it. You have your tarot cards, Secrets of Tarot. All right, and you've cleansed them. You've purified them. They're yours. The only person since the purification and cleansing and all that. You're the only one that's messed with them. It's been a few years. Do you say that it would be good to cleanse them and to kind of get rid of any clutter or goop that's gathered on them or whatever? Or that's part of the process that you should have or you should want, and that needs to stay there because that's part of the process of the tarot cards? Give me your impressions on that. I'd like to hear what everybody else thinks about that. So make sure you do that. All right, with the tarot card question, put down in the comments below whether you think that after a few years you should go ahead and re-cleanse them and get rid of some of that goop or whatever, or don't, because that's part of the process of the tarot, and that's part of the memory and the usage of them. All right, so you do that. So we got purifying and cleansing the tarot cards, and then I have to upload several videos. I have several videos which I think are mainly for Bentley's Backwoods Bushcraft. I have a few videos that need to be uploaded, so I've got a lot to do in the next few days. let's see here. Work on that protection powder. I probably won't get it done this week, but I can start gathering up because I need to go to the dojo. I need to go to the main library soon anyway, because I need to get a few things from there, and the dojo is just close to the library. So if I go to the library, I can go ahead and go to the dojo and get that brick. So that might happen today or tomorrow anyways. Cut the dowel rods for the peg loom, make that compass, and do my ritual for my tarot cards. Definitely these and those runes, but do I do the other runes? I don't know. I don't think I want to do the other runes. They've already had theirs, and they haven't been gooped up or cluttered up nearly as much as the tarot cards have, and the tarot cards. So, and that, I'd like to hear your comments on that. I'm going to do a little more research on the general idea from people that have a lot more experience than I do, just to see their thoughts on it. Now, their thoughts are important. Your thoughts are important to me, but as a tool to help me determine which way I think I want to go. Just because you say yes or you say no doesn't mean that's going to convince me to say yes or no, but it will influence my choice by the amount of comments I get one way or the other. Just to see and hear what other people think will help me make a more informed and wise decision. We'll put it that way. And then I need to upload all the videos that I already have. And like I said, I think those are for Bentley's Backwoods Bushcraft for the most part. So, don't know how long this video is. I will, as soon as I get this turned off, I'll go in, I'll edit it, and it will get posted on Mystic Order of the Sacred Circle for sure. So I would like to say blessings to all, and remember, you are not the wave, you are the ocean. And real quick, vitriol. Look that up.